Good night, everyone. Welcome to Feminine Success TV. I'm super ready for tonight's conversation because I've been saying I'm not going to go deep, but this week I'm going deep. This week we are throwing the anchor away and we are going into the deep end. So I hope y'all are ready. I hope y'all are ready to go in the deep end with me. If you have been around for any amount of time, you know I can go there. So I also have to shout out my shirt that I love so much. It is Black History Month, so y'all know how we coming. Y'all know how we coming. Um, I want to show y'all who it's by because I forgot the name of the company. I think it's called Nappy. It is. Nappy is the name of the company. So love this t-shirt. For those who, hey Kizzy, hey, you are a newbie. So let me let you know, if you don't like going in the deep end of the feminine conversation, tonight is a deep conversation. It's gonna be so good though. It's gonna be so good. We are discussing how to get things moving in your life. My children are up watching Black Panther right now. So for those of you who are used to my babies being in bed by 8:30 because y'all have been around and y'all know how it goes around here, they are up watching Black Panther. So if you hear them through the door in the background, y'all know I am a mom of four. I have four beautiful and amazing children, and three of them are boys. If anyone here is a boy mom, I don't have to tell you how loud my house gets. And the baby is the girl. And so if any of you have had a baby girl, I don't have to tell you how loud my house can get sometimes. So I am so glad to be here to serve and support those of you who have been around for a while, those of you who are here brand new. Sabrina, so good to see you first time on YouTube, usually follow on IG. Awesome. Kizzy Renee says this is her first time, so I'm super excited to have you here. Charlene, I'm a boy mom. Charlene, you know, we are in a league of our own. If we have any other boy moms here, drop hashtag boy mom in the comments, girl moms, because I'm giving both. Drop girl mom in the comments. But tonight, I'm gonna just tell you, we are not here to talk about the kids. Okay. I am definitely the coach who probably because I have four children, because I was raised by a mom who was a very hands-on mom, was a stay-at-home mom, was a business owner. I am all about women having space in our lives that is not for your man, that is not for your kids, that is not for your mama, your sister, your cousin, for nobody else but you. And so tonight we're going to talk about how to get things moving in your life because we are often so good at moving things for everyone else. We are really good at getting the ball rolling for other folks, at keeping the ball rolling for them, at really supporting and nurturing and nourishing others into their growth, their next level. And many times when it comes to ourselves, we know how to do it, but we don't know how to do it without exhausting ourselves. We don't know how to do it without completely burning out to the point that once you get to that goal that you were working at, now you're too tired to enjoy it. And so tonight I want to talk about how to get things moving in your life as a feminine woman. For those of you who are brand new here, my name is Yaya Smith. I am the Feminine Success Coach. I'm the founder of Feminine Success, the author of the Feminine Success book. And my whole mission in life is to help women to reconnect with our feminine power in a real way. Yes, I love beauty. Yes, I love all things woman, all right? However, this is not the space to come and learn about the uniform of femininity. This is not the space to come and learn. You need to make your man's plate. You need to make sure his plate looks good. You need to all these other things about womanhood. This is also not where we're going to war with men. I love and help women to love our feminine power because it helps us to make men our allies and end that gender war. It helps us to grow our income, grow our impact and influence in the world. It helps us to really do the internal work that shifts and changes our communities and our future and our legacies. And that's why we go deep in this space. I like to say I support grown women with femininity. Those of us who already know how to apply our makeup, those of us, and you might get a little bit of that here and there because I still love it. But those of us who know how to manage a household, those of us who at least have some desire in that direction. So you don't need to be told that your family is a priority. You don't need to be told that keeping yourself up is a priority. What you need to remember is how much of a priority you are without all of those things so that you can show up as your best in all of those areas, not just for all of those areas. What we often do is we are our best for others. We are our best for our jobs, for our families. But being your best on your own allows you to be your best in those spaces. Kizzy says, I don't know how to apply makeup yet, but I be looking a hot mess, still trying. And there's so many great resources out here for that. And like I said, every now and then you'll get fashion, makeup, because I absolutely love those things. I really do. Like this may be I might own like 3 t-shirts now because in the pandemic I started buying t-shirts, but I, I I wear dresses all the time. I'm always done up. So you'll get some of that, but I really want the women who come to this space, what I want you to know is that when you are in your bonnet, when your hair has not been done, when your nails are chipped, whatever have you, your feminine power is still your power. I have made um hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm not saying this to brag on money or anything like that, but I am saying this because often in the online space, we get this idea that we can't grow until we change what's on the outside, that we can't have a great husband, a great man, a beautiful life, a beautiful brand and business that's impactful until you make the outside look beautiful. And what I'm here to tell you is that the outside will always reflect what's going on inside. All right. The outside will reflect what's going on inside. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars laying right in my bed with my bonnet on with chip nail polish many times. Okay. So you listen, who you are. When you know how to tap into your intrinsic power, you can get things moving in your life. You can get things moving all over your life and sustain them without exhausting yourself. So I want to talk about tonight how to get things moving in your life. And if you've been around for a while, you're going to hear some things tonight that you've heard me say many times, and you may hear them in a brand new way tonight. So I want you to stick around. Grab your notebooks. If you are brand new here, one thing that I always recommend is that you have a notebook and a pen handy when you are in this space, because I can 100% guarantee you that you will hear something that will shift your perspective, that you will want to immediately apply to your life, and you want to have that value available for you. So, how to get things moving in your life. So, the feminine is water. And I've said this many times. The feminine is water. Water and earth are the two feminine elements. If you want to get things moving in your life, you need to be like water. Period. Be like water. So many of us have learned how to be like ice, or we've learned how to be like fire, or we've learned how to be like air. And I'll explain to you a little bit what that looks like. So many of us have learned to be like ice. What do? We harden up. We become resistant and tough when life becomes tough, or when relationships become tough, or when things are going on in your work life or things are going on in your business, you become tougher, you harden, and you get this shell around you. Some of us have learned to become fire. So when things become difficult, when life squeezes or challenges, because it will, you've learned to get heated, get aggravated, get frustrated, lash out. So you've learned to become like fire. Some of us have learned to become like air. What does air do? Air is under pressure. Air is going to get out of Dodge. Air is going to start moving. Air is going to become restless. Air is going to ghost a situation before it can become more difficult. Air is going to move around. And fire and air are both masculine elements. So either we learn to become very hard. What does the earth do when it is under pressure? It hardens, it becomes very clay-like. So we either harden or we run or we get frustrated, aggravated, heated. None of these things support us. None of these things actually support us. What ends up happening is you burn out. What ends up happening is you lose your passion for your life. You become bored and boring, is what ends up happening. And to truly get things moving in your life in the way that you really desire for them to move, because listen, things can be moving backwards. But to really get things moving the way that you desire for them to move, you're going to need to be like water. What does water do? Water can soften itself to move in the way that it needs to move. I take a trip. I didn't last year, and I definitely noticed. But I take a yearly trip, just myself, away from my family, away from my husband, away from anybody, just me and God. And I go to Sedona, Arizona. And in Sedona, the area that I go to is Boynton Canyon, and it is this enormous canyon that was once filled with water. You can see how the water has softly created all of these red rocks around, all of these huge canyons in the earth, all of these stone structures. The water did not do that by freezing. The water did not, and this space is considered to be a very highly spiritual space. That didn't happen by getting hard, by getting hot, by leaving when things were difficult, or changing the plan when the plan didn't seem to be going the way that the water was going. Right? So be like water. What is water like? Got a little itch, y'all. What is water like? So the first aspect of water that I want you to consider is water is receptive. Water is receptive. Water does not resist when a rock is thrown into the water, when anything is in the water, when a boat is going through the water, water doesn't resist. Water receives. And here's the thing about that, because I can hear you already saying, well, yeah, if I receive everything, then people just gonna be throwing anything my way. That's the problem right now. Listen, I get it. However, the softer you are, the easier it becomes to curate what stays in your life. When you become hard, oftentimes when someone throws something at you, whether that's words that you don't desire to receive or a situation, the harder you are, the longer you will hold on to it, the longer it takes to flow through you. It could be a difficult emotion. The harder you are, the longer it's going to take to flow through. So understanding how to become soft and receptive will help you to be like water, because the softer you are, the quicker that thing flows through. And then you get to decide what stays. All right. So become like water by receiving more than you resist, understanding how to become soft and receptive. The next is to trust your waves. Trust your waves, y'all. So, for those of you who may be new here, I am an adventurer as a person. Um, and my husband and I have always had a dream of taking some time and just traveling as a family. So 2021, based in New Orleans, but 2021, we decided that we were going to pack everything up and start traveling. And we did. So right now we are on the Emerald Coast of Florida, which I absolutely love. It is gorgeous. And we are near the water all the time. So I'm maybe a 7-minute walk from the beach if I leave on the trail behind my house. Gorgeous. However, one thing that I have discovered since being near the water. So tonight is a big, beautiful full moon outside. Wonderful. If I were to go to the beach right now, the waves would be so wild. The waves would be so loud, so big, so tumultuous, but the water isn't scared of itself. When I go to the water on a new moon, the water is very calm, the water is very gentle, and you can literally see the change throughout the month, how much bigger the waves get. Many times as women, our lives work in those kinds of cycles. It may seem like this situation you're experiencing is brand new, but if you really knew how to sit and track your life, you would see you've been here before. You would understand how to trust your waves and the value of trusting your waves, knowing how to, hi husband, my husband's on YouTube, y'all say hi to him. Knowing how to trust your waves is all about being able to trust what is influencing your waves. When we are saying yes to relationships that aren't building and supporting us, when we're saying yes to jobs that are not truly aligned with our passions and our gifts, when we're in our skills, when we're saying yes to situations in our lives that are not aligned, those are the things that are influencing you. So of course you don't trust when your emotions are pulling you all over the place. Of course you don't trust the intuition when it pops up. Of course you're not trusting these things because at the core you are not trusting yourself. You are being influenced by things that are not what you truly desire. The truth is, the water is always being influenced by something, whether it's by the heat or by the cold or by the moon. The water is always being influenced by something. As women, as much as we don't like to admit it, we are always being influenced, whether we're being influenced by other women or we're being influenced by men. We're being influenced by the stories that we're hearing from others. We're being influenced by our own stories and our own past. We're always being influenced. So if you want to trust your waves, you've got to know how to curate the right and connect with the right influences in your life. Are you connecting with the right influences? The water can be having these outrageous waves right now. If I was to go to the water right now, I'm telling y'all, we like to go and observe the water at different times, even during the day. It doesn't even have to be nighttime. When it's full moon time of the month, the water is like, I'm here. I'm here. You can hear me from a mile away. And so the water is not judging itself. It is not getting frustrated with itself, beating itself up because I'm more emotional right now, or I'm less emotional right now, or such and such says I'm being distant, or all of these things, because of the powerful influences that are influencing that water. So who is influencing your water? What is influencing your water? Are you curating it, Or are you just allowing yourself to be influenced by what is? Well, it just is what it is. Absolutely not. It is what you decide for it to be. Like I said, I have yearly gone to Sedona. If you've never been to Sedona, I 100% recommend it. When you see that canyon and you see the power of water, even though there is no water in the canyon now, you see the power of what water can create. You know that it's important for you to be intentional about what's influencing you so you can be intentional about what you're leaving behind you. So important, so important, so important. The next aspect of water that I want to go into, if you want to get things moving in your life, you want to be like water. You don't want to be like ice. You don't want to be like fire. You don't want to be like air. You want to be like water. All of those other elements or iterations, you don't want to be like water can turn into steam. You don't want to be that. You want to be liquid water. All of those other elements, though, we talked about, for those of you who are just now tuning in, definitely watch the replay, because we talked about how that air and that fire are masculine elements, but those are the types of reactions we are trained to have in our lives when change comes, when challenge shows up. We are shown and programmed how to be like fire. We know how to pop off. I know, because I know how to pop off. Okay. We know how to get ghost. We know how to run away. But do we know how to be receptive and flow in the way that your life is going? So many people will tell you, "Oh, be feminine. Go with the flow. Learn to go with the flow." Before you learn to go with the flow, and this is why, I love the fact that femininity is becoming such a big conversation right now. But having been in this industry before it was, or not really industry, because femininity is not an industry, it is a power. Having been in the place of helping women to own this power longer than it's been a trend, much longer than it's been a trend, realizing that sometimes if you have not walked this path, you will teach it out of order. So teaching women that femininity is about luxury, and femininity is about how you dress, and femininity is about how you look, and all of those things, teaching women to go with the flow and relax. Those are out of order steps. And it's why many times you are doing everything that people are telling you to do on YouTube, but you're still not in the relationship that you want to be in. You're still not feeling confident enough to step into your dreams, step into your gifts, step into your life, the life that you really want, because you're taking the steps out of order. So when folks tell you to go with the flow, understand that as water, you have got to know first how to influence the direction that you are going in. Before God set water to flow, he set it in a specific boundary. He set water during creation in a specific direction. All the waters flow in their specific direction. Those boundaries were created first to influence where the water flows. And so understand, when folks are telling you to go with the flow, if you don't have proper guidance, you can certainly decide, "Oh, I'm just going to go with the flow," and end up miles away from your intended destination. So you've got to learn your influence, and you've got to understand how to curate the influences around you. All right. So find your rhythm. Find your rhythm is the next aspect that I want to talk about when it comes to being like water. Find your rhythm. Find your rhythm. Olympia says, "So happy I tuned in." I'm so happy you tuned in, Olympia. I appreciate you for being here. Afuzza says, "Receive more than you resist." A whole word. Absolutely. Facebook user, make sure you let me know who you are, so that I can say hi to you. Been there, Boynton Canyon, and the male female vortex. Yes, I can't remember the name right now. Amazing experience. Yes. There are so many spiritually charged places in Sedona and Boynton Canyon. I cannot wait to get back. Seriously. Anyways, so you want to find your rhythm. Find your rhythm. This is so important again because it all goes back to how you are being influenced, who you are influencing. And this goes even deeper because your rhythm shows up in your home life, it shows up in your work life, it shows up in how you interact with others, it also shows up in your giving and over giving. Giving and over giving. So you want to find your rhythm because you're being able to give and receive is going to work on a rhythm. Currency in your life works on a rhythm. How you decide to create your work culture, and that's something that we go into a lot deeper inside of Feminine Success School and inside of my programs. But a work culture is all about a rhythm. Many of us don't have work life balance because we don't have a work life rhythm. All right. So that's very important for you to be mindful of if you want to get things moving in your life. Be like water and find your rhythm. And then the last thing that I want to discuss, which is kind of a reiteration, is connect with all of your parts so that you can embrace change without constantly having to change. So often when I talk to women who are like, yeah, I want to work with you, but I feel like I have worked with this coach, worked with that coach, gone through this program, done this thing, and I'm constantly changing myself, doing new things, tapping into something new, learning new things, becoming this new person, and nothing around me is changing. Like the circumstances aren't changing, or my relationship isn't changing. Here's the thing, when you learn to be like water in a very real way, one of the things that is so important is to know how to connect with all of who you are. There's some aspects of yourself that you can't even see because you have not asked or been asked the right questions. And the Selena is here. Hold on. Selena says it's Selena, who was saying she was just in Boynton Canyon. And she can tell you guys that being asked the right questions will send your mind into a direction that you were not even capable existed within yourself that can completely unlock the door that you've been trying to unlock. So connecting with all of your parts is really about being asked the right questions and asking yourself the right questions so that you can truly get to know yourself. Truly get to know yourself, truly understand yourself, and understand who you are. Know this, yes, there are things that you will want to change about yourself in your life. But if we go back to, I'm going to keep bringing up Boynton Canyon because I really miss Boynton Canyon right now. But if we go back to Boynton Canyon, the water was able to change the environment without the water changing. The water was still the water. And the water was able to completely change that environment. All right. And so when you know yourself, when you know your parts, the beauty of coaching, the beauty of being guided, the beauty of being in a space where you can be influenced in a proper way is that you now know how to leverage your parts. It's a difference in being able to see yourself. Vove says me in therapy, which I love. Therapy gives us a space where we can truly unpack and see ourselves. And there is a next level of that. First, you see yourself. Then you learn to leverage yourself. Which parts of me do I want to use to serve the world, want to use to serve my family, want to keep for myself? And see, so often as we learn ourselves, we decide I am going to Now that I know myself, this gives me more room, more time, more space, more whatever to give more to people, to do more. Oh, now I'm going to go start this business now that I know what's been standing in my way. However, you need a game plan for that. A part of that game plan in feminine success, we call it knowing how to give yourself in doses, but it's also being able to connect with all parts of yourself so that you know what to give when to get the best results, to create that win-win that the feminine is known for. The feminine is known for being able to create win-win dynamics around us. But if we're going to do that, we've got to know ourselves first. We've got to know who we are and what a win looks like for you. So, I wanted to share that tonight, how to get things moving in your life. Really start by getting things moving within yourself, being like water, looking at what is going on around me right now. What is my response to the things that are going on around me right now? Am I so focused on changing myself? Uh, Being different, dressing different, all of these different things that or I need to go and get another degree. That's a change that lots of us pick up when we don't know what else to do. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to change jobs. I'm going to all of these changes, but you keep finding yourself in the same feeling. Even if the situation changes, the circumstance changes, within the feeling has not changed. It is really understanding how to be like water, how to recognize and embrace the parts of yourself that you need to move things forward in your life. So often, because we've been like ice, because we have been hard earth, we are holding on to things that are holding us back. And so getting into a space where you can learn to soften, where you can learn to become more receptive, where you can discover yourself in a safe space, where you can really build and grow your life, that is going to be essential going forward. For those of you who are looking for that kind of space, we have a beautiful experience that is coming up March 15th through the 17th. It is called the Ease Experience. Now, obviously, being like water puts you in a position to have more ease in your life. I'll tell you that yes, things still happen. I have several clients right now who are going through all kinds of different things from one is navigating a divorce right now. I have a couple who are navigating losing family members, a few who are actually navigating adopting or bringing family members into their caretaking space. And what each of these women has said is that yeah, it doesn't matter what's going on, whether it's difficult things or whether it's good things. A couple of my clients are now navigating taking their businesses to the next level, taking their brands to the next level, more and bigger opportunities. But no matter what it is, I feel at ease. I feel at peace. I'm able to navigate this with clarity, with strategy. I feel supported. And that is really what it is about. The next level is going to require that from you. So, I want to invite you, those of you who are ready to be supported in this way, to the Ease Experience. And here's what it is: you get instant access as soon as you enroll into the Feminine Success Master Training. Now, this master training is going to change your life, so be ready. You will cry a little bit, but you won't cry the whole time. So I just have to have that disclaimer there because emotions will come up and out, but I promise we're not going to leave you down there in the deep. So you get access to this master training that walks you through mastering your feminine mindset. That's the part where folks cry. walks you through curating a home life that charges you and refuels you, walks you through your work culture, and really creating a work culture that allows you to be properly compensated and properly valued for the work that you do in this world. And then also walks you through your relationship so that your relationships can do what they need to do to keep you up, and you can feed what you need to feed into those relationships as well without losing yourself there. So that's the master training. On top of that, you get access to a 3-day coaching experience. Now, this coaching experience is live. So you get to ask me any questions that you have. I walk you through a personalized strategy for you. So all of the content that you're getting in the master training, you don't get left there with that to kind of figure it out on your own. You get these live coaching evenings. They're in the evening, so folks can, go to work, come home, and we can all get together. Um, and you also get access to some bonus content that will help you to build on what you learn in the master training. So a couple of those bonuses are creating a premium product. I believe in knowing how to leverage your knowledge so that earning is easy. Earning is easy. We deserve, listen, not to go there, but we got to go there. At this point in history, and it's Black History Month, so I'm going to just say it. At this point in history, we have worked hard enough as Black women. It is time for you to know how to take what you know and make it work for you. You paid enough for your degree. You paid enough for your degrees. You've given enough time to your career. You have enough experience. It's time to take it on to the next level so that those things can work for you rather than you always being the one that has to show up, do more, give more in order to have and be more. So that's one of the bonuses. And the others you'll see on the page because I don't want to keep y'all up all night. But if you are ready for that experience, I'm going to type here in the comments the link for you all so that you can go ahead and join. Let me also, okay, it went up on both. So you guys should see the link in the comments so that you can register, grab your spot. What I will say is the earlier you grab your spot, the longer you have access to the content. This is not fluffy content. This is not y'all know, if you were on this live, it's not surface level. So it will take you some time. You're going to want to listen. You're going to want to re-listen. You're going to want to take notes. Plus, there is a guide that comes along with the master training that you are going to want to do. So the earlier you enroll, the longer you have that content and the longer you have access to the community. All right. So this isn't something you want to wait on and you want to put off. We get started on March 15th through the 17th. That's when the live piece is, but you get access to the master training immediately when you enroll. And you also get that community access that allows you to, soon as those questions come up for you, you can ask them inside of the group so that we can start having those conversations. So I wanted to invite y'all to that for those of you who are ready to do more than, listen to a live stream, a YouTube. This is wonderful. This is great. And you know that you're ready to see real results. You are holding space for true results, true transformation in your life right now. All right. So had to share that. Let me see who is here. Olympia says, I have got to tap into balance. I give too much to others and not enough to myself. And one of the ways to do that, obviously, is to invest in yourself. It's to invest your resources in yourself, invest your time in yourself, and make sure that you are saving some you for you. And this looks like, for me, just like I pay myself first when I earn money, I pay myself first on my time, day to day. The first thing I do in the morning is take care of myself, not hurry up and go and get myself together and all this other stuff so that I can get to my day, but truly taking care of self. Tithe to yourself first. And when you understand that you are the living temple of the Most High God, for those of you here who are believers, when you know that you are the temple, you know that you have to tithe to you first. You have to pour in to you first so that you can make sure you have enough to pour out to others, and that you are not pouring out of your cup, but you are serving others from your overflow. All right. A word came to me the other day that literally I've been in meditation a lot and prayer a lot lately. Like I thought I prayed a lot before, but I've been in prayer a lot. And what came to me, for women like you, Olympia, who are like me and can be overgivers, because I love to give. I'm not the person who's like, I need to stop giving altogether. It's like, no, I could never do that, but I definitely need to make sure that I'm in harmony here. But one of the things that I kind of believed was that stewardship was about making sure that I take care of what I have so that I have enough to give to others, so that I can take care of it for others. And the Spirit spoke to me the other day and said, and I hope this sets you free. I hope this supports you. Stewardship is not always about sharing. Stewardship is not always about sharing. Stewardship is also about preserving. All right. Stewardship is also about preserving. So, just like you invest in financial education to know how to preserve your wealth and your resources, it is time to invest in feminine education to know how to preserve yourself. There are things that, yes, we can talk about how tired and wore down our grandmothers were after slavery, since we've been in America and all this other stuff. But there are things that our grandmothers knew before they got here that allowed them to preserve themselves, that allowed them to live long and fruitful, prosperous lives, that allowed them to, and again, Black History Month, so we going there. And if you around, you know, I'm gonna do this all the time. So Black History Life, Black Future Life. But for our foremothers to be able to receive their emancipation, and many of them within 10 years had become wealthy. When we think about the Greenwoods, the Tulsa, Oklahomas, they knew how to preserve themselves in such a way that there was still enough life and energy and vigor and passion to pursue their goals and dreams and leave a legacy behind them. And some of us have been so programmed by this society that we think it's normal to be tired as women all the time, that we think it's normal to be off balance and all over the place all the time. And really, it's not. I get tired, so I understand, I know, but having processes in our lives and the freedom in our lives, the true freedom to leverage your time in a way that really supports you, to leverage your energy in a way that really supports you. That takes a different kind of skill set that we are not learning in colleges. That takes a skill set that we are not learning in corporate America. It takes a skill set that we are not learning in business school. All right. And so I had to share that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Olympia, because it is so true. We can be over givers. And one of the things that I talk about in the ease experience, and that you'll learn in the master training, is creating a support system around you and understanding how to delegate to others in a real way, not like, oh, it's so hard for me to ask for help way. We go through all of that to make it very easy for you to ask for help, to make it very easy for you to get the yes that you need. All right. Because some of us can ask for help, but you're like, well, if they're going to say no anywhere, if they're not going to do it right anyway, we literally kill all those problems with clarity and strategy and intention in this training. So if that's what you're ready for, this is definitely the training for you. All right. So bit.ly/ease me please is the link. bit.ly/ease me please is the link. I look forward to those of you who are already joining. My phone is sitting here lighting up. I look forward to working with those of you who are already joining. And what I have made available is that the first 10 who join, I think I'm gonna make it available for YouTube as well. The first 10 women who join from YouTube will also get a 20-minute one-on-one call with me. Now, this is not something that I will be doing again and again. So let me make sure, because I know folks can come to YouTube and see this a year from now. We're talking about February 16th, 2022. Okay. So if this is a future cohort, I don't give away time. Very often, my clients know what the investment is to work with me one-on-one. But this is something that, for those of you who are new to this feminine journey, I first definitely want to welcome you, but also want to just make some of my time available to answer your questions directly so that you can get the most out of this investment. So, with that, I am going to really quickly ask, do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Let me scroll on up through the comments. Y'all have been a little quiet tonight. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Let me see. Lots of love, lots of hearts. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Roses from my wonderful husband. If you ladies are here and you're saying to yourself, oh my goodness, I wish there was something like this out there for men. My husband is one of the amazing men that I recommend for this kind of work for men. Show Thyself a Man is his page. Fatherhood, husbandry, success. Those are his tenets, and that is what he discusses. Let's see. Hey, Afudza, flow through you instead of holding it in you. Exactly. That's all about being like water, understanding how to be like water. Let's see. Anyone else have a whole self-reflection right now? You listen. If you come to a live on the Feminine Success channel, if you come anywhere where Yaya Smith or Feminine Success is on the agenda, please bring a notebook because you will self-reflect. Self-reflection is one of my favorite pastimes. So I will always, always, always put you in a space where you are asking yourself new questions. All right. So with that, the bit.ly link. Hey, Tracy Lane, so good to see you here. Let me do it again so that you can see it. We're gonna post it at all destinations. Y'all, if you've been around for a while, you know I'm not exactly the most techie person in the world, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Olympia says, you've been very clear. Thank you so much for sharing your time. I feel blessed to have tuned in. Thank you for sharing that, Olympia. I really appreciate your kind and generous words. I appreciate your time and you for tuning in as well. I'm not going to hold y'all. Not gonna hold y'all. Y'all have an amazing night. If you have joined the Ease Experience, I look forward to having a conversation with you soon and supporting you to map out your roadmap to ease for your life. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have an amazing night. Peace.